Nope. Get internet on our gig speed network and add voice and TV for $34.90 more per month. Call or go online today.
Tonight, the president's pardon. The surprise announcement, President Trump pardoning a conservative commentator who had pleaded guilty of campaign violations. He also took aim at the students from Parkland. Tonight, he's been pardoned. And the president now signaling Martha Stewart and ex-Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich could be next. And just in, the White House saying he's now considering the request from Kim Kardashian. New images coming in tonight going home to home. The manhunt for a cop killer considered armed and dangerous. Swept away, the urgent search for several missing after flash floods, and the mudslide causing a gas explosion, destroying a home and killing two. Rob standing by with the storms hitting tonight. The high-stakes meeting in New York City today, the one-time spy chief for North Korea, what he's now bringing to the president. President Trump and the new tariffs on steel and aluminum, Canada and Mexico responding tonight, and what this could mean for you, the cost for appliances and popular vehicles. The late-night comedian under fire tonight, Samantha Bee, and her apology now after using vulgar words to describe Ivanka Trump. From Hawaii, the lava and now tensions reaching a boiling point too. A homeowner firing shots at another. And the midair scare in the cockpit tonight, the pilot suffering a seizure mid-flight.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Thursday night. And we begin with President Trump and his surprise pardon today. And could there now be a presidential pardon spree? Tonight, signs from the White House, several known names could be next. In a tweet on his way to Texas, the president issuing his fifth pardon to conservative commentator Dinesh D'Souza, who had pleaded guilty to campaign finance violations. And while you might not know his name, you'll know some of the people he has targeted in his tweets. The president also signaling Martha Stewart could be next for a pardon, and former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, too. His sentence could be commuted, both of whom appeared on versions of The Apprentice. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leading us off tonight.
President Trump is flexing one of his biggest powers, the power to pardon, considering pardons or commutations for two very high-profile convicts, Martha Stewart and disgraced former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, both with reality TV connections to the president. Blagojevich, who was sentenced to 14 years on corruption charges for allegedly trying to sell the Senate seat vacated by Barack Obama,
I'll do anything, right? Legal and ethical and honest.
was a contestant on Celebrity Apprentice. He was eventually fired by Trump on the show, but on Air Force One today, the president said this about him. He's a Democrat. He's not my party, but I thought that he was treated unfairly. He shouldn't have been put in jail. And Martha Stewart, who served 5 months in prison after her conviction in 2004 for obstruction of justice and perjury. She did an Apprentice spin-off shortly after getting out of prison. Trump listed as an executive producer.
I'm looking for The Apprentice.
The president said today Stewart was fairly, adding, quote, "She used to be my biggest fan in the world." This comes as the president today issued a pardon for Dinesh D'Souza, a controversial conservative writer who admitted making illegal campaign contributions and was sentenced to 5 years probation, including 8 months in a detention facility. D'Souza, the president said, was treated very unfairly by our government and should have had a quick, minor fine. D'Souza, whom the president said he had never met, is a Trump supporter. He was heavily criticized for his tweets on the Parkland school shooting, including retweeting this image showing students reacting to a failed gun control vote, writing, "Worst news since their parents told them to get summer jobs." He later apologized. Pardons usually take years and go through the Justice Department's pardon office. The D'Souza pardon was fast-tracked and was not reviewed by the Justice Department. All this talk of pardons raises questions about whether the president would consider pardons for any of his allies tied up in the Russia investigation, including his personal attorney, Michael Cohen, something I asked the president about last month.
Are you considering
Thank you very much. Stupid question.
We remember him telling you it was a stupid question. John Karl back with us live tonight from the White House. And John, we know another name in the reality TV world, Kim Kardashian, bringing a pardon case to the president overnight, and word tonight he's now considering it?
Kim Kardashian met with the president yesterday in the Oval Office. She was there to make the case for pardoning a 63-year-old grandmother named Alice Marie Johnson, who is serving a life sentence for a first-time drug offense. And the White House tells us tonight that the president is seriously considering a pardon.
John Carl leading us off again tonight. Thank you, John. We're going to turn next to the growing manhunt at this hour for the alleged killer of a sheriff's deputy. The suspect, Stephen Wiggins, seen in this newly released surveillance image just days before the shooting. Police tonight are asking for the public's help, and the reward is now growing. ABC's Alex Perez is in Tennessee tonight.
Agents suiting up, taking to the air as the desperate search for an accused cop killer enters its second day. Investigators in Tennessee tonight releasing this new picture of suspect Stephen Wiggins. Law enforcement across the state working around the clock. They believe he may now be on foot.
Where is he right now? Any idea?
We don't know.
The rugged rural terrain only complicating things. It was about 7 a.m. Wednesday when Sheriff's Deputy Sergeant Daniel Baker, responding to a call of a suspicious vehicle, tried to pull Wiggins over. The suspect instead leading Baker on a chase that ended in a shootout. The deputy later found dead. Overnight, authorities charging the suspect's acquaintance, Erica Castro Miles, with first-degree murder in connection with the killing. And in Dixon tonight, a special procession escorting Sergeant Baker's remains.
And David, another factor complicating things for investigators, the rainfall here has washed away footprints and made it difficult for police dogs to pick up a scent. David?
Alex Perez with us again tonight. Thank you, Alex. There is severe weather we're watching at this hour. 17 million Americans from the Rockies all the way to the Ohio Valley. A deadly mudslide in North Carolina after a gas line ruptured, shattering this home and killing 2 inside. Flood watches and warnings from Georgia to Maryland, 1 dead, 3 people missing in Virginia. And there is a tornado watch in the heartland at this hour, the same system that blew this semi over in Texas. Meteorologist Rob Marciano with us live tonight along the West Side Highway. A very foggy scene there behind you, Rob. He's tracking it all.
Hi, David. We have 3 separate upper-level systems in the wake of Alberto. They're just causing a mess across the east and the west tonight. Check it out. The northern Rockies have severe thunderstorm watches up. They go into North Dakota, and then right smack in the heartland in the Boot Hill of Missouri and up the Ohio River, we've got a tornado watch up until 8 o'clock tonight, and some storms that were rough across Kentucky causing some power outages, dropping some heavy rain there. Look at these flash flood watches and warnings at this hour. D.C., Baltimore, Asheville, you've seen your all-time wettest month on record there. More in the way of rains in the east tomorrow, and then severe thunderstorms roll into the northern plains tomorrow with more in the way of damaging hail and winds and a few tornadoes possible. David?
Rob Marciano with us again tonight. Thanks as always, Rob. And to your money tonight, and the president slapping new tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from America's closest neighbors and allies, Canada, Mexico, and the EU. The Dow falling 250 points, but prices could soon be going up on everything from appliances to your favorite vehicles. ABC's chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis tonight on why.
President Trump has been signaling for months he could take action.
We've been taken advantage of by the world. That's not going to be happening anymore.
And tonight, the White House escalating that trade battle, targeting some of our closest allies, Europe, Canada, and Mexico, with stiff new tariffs on steel and aluminum. For American consumers, the new rules could mean higher prices on everything from appliances to airplanes, canned drinks, and cars. A trade group for U.S. automakers says these tariffs will result in an increase in the price of domestically produced steel, threatening the industry's global competitiveness and raising vehicle costs for our customers. Take, for example, Ford's F-150. The engine and transmission, both made here in the U.S., assembled here too. But some of the aluminum in that truck comes from Canada.
Let me be clear. These tariffs are totally unacceptable.
Tonight, our allies countering with their own tariffs on hundreds of U.S. goods, including everything from blue jeans to bourbon, peanut butter to pork, to cranberries and toilet paper.
Let's get to Rebecca Jarvis. She's live from the New York Stock Exchange tonight. And Rebecca, these new tariffs are set to take effect at midnight tonight.
Yes, that's right, David. And it's unclear how quickly consumers might feel that, but you can imagine the backlash to any price hikes, considering that corporate America will be saving about $80 billion this year because of the tax cut. David?
Rebecca Jarvis tonight live in New York. Rebecca, thank you. We're going to turn now to the high-stakes talks here in New York City today. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo hosting North Korea's former spy master. They were seen toasting one another with the Manhattan skyline right behind them. The talks ended early today, but they were quick to say, don't read anything into that. And what that spy master is now bringing the president tomorrow, a letter from Kim Jong-un. ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz in New York.
The president now awaiting that letter from Kim Jong-un himself, which will be delivered in person to him tomorrow at the White House by North Korea's former spy chief, Kim Yong-chol, who needed a special waiver to enter the U.S. because he is on a sanctions list.
I look forward to seeing what's in the letter.
The letter, the culmination of 2 days of talks between Kim Yong-chol and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. At a dinner last night, Pompeo treating the North Korean delegation to American beef and a sweeping view of Manhattan, while talking of economic prosperity the North could come to enjoy. Today, another meeting and a handshake that Pompeo said showed the two countries are at a pivotal moment as the proposed summit date approaches.
It could be nothing short of tragic to let this opportunity go to waste.
But Pompeo said it will be a process.
There will be tough moments, there will be difficult times. I've had some difficult conversations with them as well. They've given it right back to me too. Our mission is to bridge them so that we can achieve this historic outcome.
And so let's bring in our chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz, who's here with us in New York tonight. And Martha, we heard you talking with the Secretary of State Pompeo today, and we were struck by his answers. He kept calling this a proposed summit, in his words. So for folks keeping score at home, is this summit on?
Well, that's exactly what I asked him. Why do you keep calling it a proposed summit? Do we know anything more? And he said, frankly, I don't know, but we do have that letter delivered to President Trump tomorrow, so hopefully we will know more, David.
And you'll be tracking it, Martha. Thank you. We're going to turn next tonight here to late-night comedian Samantha Bee, who is now apologizing tonight after using vulgar words to describe Ivanka Trump. It comes just days after Roseanne's racist tweet, her show canceled, and all of it likely leaving many of you at home to wonder what happened to civility in America. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
Late-night comedian Samantha Bee under fire tonight over what she said on her weekly TBS show called Full Frontal.
You know, Ivanka, that's a beautiful photo of you and your child, but let me just say, one mother to another.
Addressing Ivanka Trump directly, hammering her for her father's tightening immigration policy, and then going on to call Ivanka a slur so crude we can't repeat it. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders calling the language vile and vicious and called for Bee's network to take action. What followed was a full-frontal apology from Bee, who tweeted, "I would like to sincerely apologize to Ivanka Trump and to my viewers for using an expletive on my show to describe her last night. It was inappropriate and inexcusable. I crossed the line, and I deeply regret it." This latest attack on civility follows multiple tweets by Roseanne Barr over the past couple of days comparing a former President Obama advisor to characters from Planet of the Apes. ABC fired Roseanne and canceled her show within hours. And for the first time, her longtime co-star John Goodman opening up, saying, "I would rather say nothing than to cause more trouble."
Now, TBS has weighed in, calling the comments vile and also adding those words should not have been aired. It was our mistake, too, and we regret it. But the fallout has already begun. Two major advertisers already saying they are pulling their ads for now. As for Bee, her fate on the show, at this point, David, remains unclear.
Matt Gutman with us again tonight. Thanks, Matt. Next to the crackdown at the border, hundreds of children separated from their parents if they cross into this country illegally, even if they're applying for asylum. The parents, in many cases, incarcerated. The children can be sent 1,000 miles away. ABC's chief national affairs correspondent Tom Llamas with one mother whose son was taken from her 8 months ago, and authorities can't tell her when she'll see him again. Tom is just back from the border tonight.
Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen on the southern border tonight, getting an up-close look at immigration enforcement this week. But behind the scenes, a hardline tactic underway, separating immigrant families that cross illegally into the U.S., including asylum seekers.
If you don't want your child to be separated, then don't bring them across the border illegally.
At least 700 children have been separated from their families since October. It happened to this mother, Jocelyn, who says she was fleeing an abusive husband back home in Brazil. When she and her 14-year-old son crossed illegally, her son was taken from her. She says he looked at me like, "Mom,